Yo guys, how's it going? This video is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna try to get into lists from the top 32. I have like infinite pulled up, but I'm just gonna see how long it takes me to get into my retrospective analysis of my own performance in these past few YCSs, and just like I don't know, coming to grips with like how I'm doing compared to like a lot of my friends who are starting off like 6 and 7-0, which is like how I used to do it back in the day. Um, and I haven't done it again since that YCS with Prank Kids where I went undefeated. But it's like I don't know. I've just been, no one cares about how you do in an event more than yourself. Like 100%. Like no one cares about you not topping or topping as much as you do. Um, so I've been trying to understand, like what is different from now and like Minneapolis and Connecticut and just like all these events where I'm not doing well. Now at the start, I blames like me not doing well like during the second Sourceful YCS and like other YCSs on just like not knowing all the decks. Now I could definitely say that was a fault for this event again because I tested like so much of the Ishizu mirror, but I didn't test that much for Centuria, and I ended up drawing versus it round two. But I don't know, my difficulties with time has really been like relevant as hell, and then like seeing Hani win the YCS with no time cards. Which I was trying to do up until Niagara. After Niagara, I just felt dumb for not playing time cards in that event, and Dogwood was way more impactful versus the Danger tier matchup back then. And it's like interesting because like Jesse played all these time cards, which even he said himself that like they got way worse for the finals, and it's like let me just take a real quick look at his list. So yeah, he has four time cards on the side that are irrelevant in the finals, and I know like or wait, oh no, this is Jesse's list. So he has six time cards in the side which are irrelevant for him in the finals. And I know like Jesse's like super confident because I mean he's insane. He just got second at this event, second at Niagara, and that's kind of why I've been reflecting a lot because like these players are so good that they're being so consistent. Cody Angeloff just got top four back to back. Um, and this was an event that I thought like, the best players were gonna do the best because I think that Nats for me has always been one of the easiest events in my opinion. Reason being is like there's a lot of people that go that maybe haven't played in months that are just like getting back into the game just for this one event because they feel like they have to go. They got their invite and they haven't really tested that much. So the same players that are really good like usually go to every event. They're even going to the foreign ones. So like they're going to every single event, which is like that could be an argument why American events might be harder. Is just because the same players are going to each and every one of those events, as well as the like all the foreign events, and they're always performing well. They're always testing. They're like always on their stuff, right? But coming back to like how this relates to me, um, I kind of understood that like Yu-Gi-Oh is like so combo heavy now. It's like ridiculous, and I think that was because of links. Because I don't really remember besides like decks like Extra Deck Monarch. Um, I mean Necros didn't really see that combo heavy. It's like how hard is it to Jin, no one to Valk, no one to Trish, and these are decks that I did good with. So I've done well with like Necros, BA, Sword Soul, Prank Kids, Pure Geargia, even Geargia Karakuri. But like none of these combo decks were like Dragon Link or even a Shizu tier or like so like I what I played for this last YCS was a iteration of Chris's deck that won pretty much the same exact list as him and Pat for this event because I decided not to play the deck for the last one and I regretted it after Chris won with the broken angler. So I was like um oh and another tangent I can get into like real quick. So reason I picked it up this was because Jose told me this cool theory like called the Zorak theory, which is a theory in Pokemon that like instead of playing like more upstart goblins like the draw two discard one, which is like really popular engine for that deck, you just play cards that like actually do stuff. So like angler, if I'm playing anglers and my opponent's not, when they mill 5 from both decks. Now I'm specialing 2 beavers for free. It's just like more free value, which is like, or like, why would I play 3 scream when I could play 1 and like 2 other good cards to just like broaden the range, or like even playing more cards in your deck to like broaden the range of hard once per turns, because you'd rather just not have any multiples when you can only activate 1, right? So back, like I feel like, so this is how I talk, is very sporadic, but back to the combo thing, like every deck is just trying to get to a specific end board. It blows my mind that like, I just hate doing so much extra stuff to just like end on a dweller, right? Like I have to do all this extra stuff to just like end on dweller, Kaleido, and like that's what I'm trying to get to, but it's not like simple. It's not as simple as Beatrice. It's not as simple as like Cheek Shao or just like normal summon Prank Kid, like into Verte eventually. Like those combos are easy. So for someone like me who gets like super anxious, I don't know if people, like anyone who's played against me probably knows that like I'm a very anxious player. Like I don't know, like comes off that way. I feel like immediately, because and it really comes out when I'm getting to time, because there's a lot of times where I'm like in a scenario where I'm about to get to time and I'm like, dang, I win the game. But like, I win the game with this hand, but like, I can't make Verte right now because then I lose the game. So the fact that I can't do the correct play, I'm just like losing my mind, right? Or like the fact that I can't, side, uh, like the fact that I just hate playing with like time as a component. I really do, because it's like now I just don't look at the clock. Like that's how I just don't get like really nervous about like if it's about to be time, I'm just like not gonna pay attention. I'm gonna play at my normal pace, because I can't like I don't know, like I get like the logic that like whoever wins game 1 is just like it has a straight up advantage, right? Uh Reason being is because in game 2, theoretically, I'm not saying I do this at all, but theoretically, if you win game 1, then the person game 2 can scoop whenever it's getting close to like time with like over 3 minutes. By the way, you can't take the full 3 minutes purposefully. You have to genuinely take it, and that's the max time you're allotted. So you can't just like stall out for 3 minutes trying to side deck when you actually in your head know exactly how to side. That's cheating. But so theoretically, like someone can even, circumvent that. Scoop game 2 when there's 4 minutes left, and then game 3, it's like that's when they put in their time card and they're just guaranteed to win. And like I don't want to do that at all. Like that sounds awful. That like sounds like a terrible game. That's why I feel like I was in the golden era when we were playing with 5 turns. But I don't even think that's like really like I feel like that's just an excuse for me, because when I see Hani win with this deck and it has 0 time cards, I'm just like, dang, like he probably just played really well. He probably knows how to combo really fast. But I'm like terrible at comboing. Like it's just so hard to combo fast, especially when I'm like I've always been a DB warrior. Like I've never been an IRL player like that's, just like shuffling his deck all the time, playing solitaire. Like I hate playing solitaire. Um I'd rather just simulate matches by playing over and over. But uh yeah, I'm not even gonna get into these decks. I'm just gonna make a separate video for that. But it's just like I think it's interesting that like Yu-Gi-Oh would just like exit eras, so like it's just like gonna be super combo-y, and like the person who knows how to combo, like Kamal is an insane player at comboing, and I feel like that's why he does really well in like these formats. Like he's won with Bird Up, like he can play combo decks really well, and playstyles are just really interesting in Yu-Gi-Oh. Cause like I'm always an advocate and not believing in them, and like only playing the best deck like always, and not like considering your playstyle. But you know, considering who I am and like my mentality with this game, and like not liking, like I don't really like to interact with my opponent. Like honestly, like I just want to play the game. Um, so I'm not good at these like situations with time or like rushing my opponent. Like I'm terrible at rushing my opponent. And I don't know if that's the reason that I'm having so much trouble, or if I mean this is also like if I got into these lists, another big point I was gonna make about this event is like your list really didn't matter. Like when we watched like all the deck profiles of players from this event, they literally all have different opinions. Like some of them say you always mill five, some of them say you don't mill five, some of them say Beatrice is like mandatory. Some, I don't even think Jesse played Beatrice. So it's like, and then like Peck and Heine I have right here, like they they both test with each other all the time, and one's playing three scream, one's not. Like they both topped, and they played each other. So like, of course, one of them had to knock out the other. But like, it's really just like not even technical play, but like what I think it's like really just solitaire. Like I don't know, I just can't underrate time. So I feel like this has been a long enough rant, and that I'm just gonna do a separate video um on this, but yeah, it's just like like I didn't even look at Cody's list real quick. I wanted to do that because it's just like insane. I think it's so insane right now that players are like consistent, and it's like I know like some of these people I know really well, and I know they like aren't scummy. They don't cheat, so it's like I'm definitely admiring them, and like what they're doing. Just like how, like it's just so hard to be consistent in this game. Like like I've said with Chris winning four, 99.9% of players won't even win a YCS, but Chris has done it four times. So it's really an amazing feat, and I think like just reflecting on your own game, trying to understand like what other people might have that's different, because I feel like this one thing I've always said too, like the best player isn't someone who never misplays, because that doesn't exist. Like the best player is always whoever misplays the least and like rolls with the punches of their match. Like if you make a silly mistake because you didn't even read a card that accurately, that doesn't mean like you're out of the tournament. It's just like means you have to like not do that again at all, like, right? So yeah, I don't know, just like a quick little rant, but I'll try to make a video going over like all these lists and like analyzing the differences. But it hurts when I just said that I didn't think it mattered that much. But that this has been long enough on my rant, just about me personally having trouble with being consistent. When back in the day I was so consistent. Like I remember every event, it was like I started off 6-0, 7-0. So it's like trying to get back to that and seeing my friends actually get back to that and doing it. I think it's definitely like time that I practice more combos. With the big breaks in YCSs too, I'm gonna try my best to just like start streaming more and playing like a wide range of decks. Um, Now I used to not like doing that just because I feel like who wants to watch Nishirios, but I think streaming might be a good excuse for me to like learn these decks that I don't want to learn. Like Salad is a deck I never wanted to learn. Maybe it's not worth learning right now, but I think that's definitely a component that I'm missing. But the thing I want to do most is just build like the most absurd combo deck that like just like uses the same engine or uses different engines and utility to get to the same end boards with like generic links, like maybe just like a dragon version or something, but just like something to like just like make my brain think faster. And that's what I encourage you all to do, is just like try to understand what skill set you're missing, whether it's like technical play, deck building, like speed. Just like try to hone that as much as you can. And like that's just like a personal thing. It's not like something that I think someone could teach you. So that's all for me. Sorry for the rant. I appreciate the support. Like I said, I'm just being a competitive player and trying to do YouTube is also really hard, because like I so many friends tell me things about like their deck, and like they don't want that shared, so I can't share anything. And then it's like, what kind of content am I gonna make when I'm being disingenuous to everyone? So like that's why I don't upload all the time when there's about to be a YCS. But obviously that's gonna change because we have a remote YCS and a 3v3 YCS, which both don't really hit as hard for me as a just like genuine YCS in person. That's what I want to win more than anything. So hope you enjoyed. Peace.